The East Bay is a popular region to move to whether you are coming in from out of state or you are a local to the Bay Area. And for good reason. We have great job market, food is great here, plenty of things to do. However, there's also some drawbacks about living in the East Bay that you should be aware of before making that move. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you should avoid moving to the East Bay unless you can handle these facts. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Living in the East Bay channel. If you're new to this channel, it's all about what it's really like living in the East Bay, coming from a transplant like me that has lived both in the Peninsula and in the East Bay. I'm going to tell you what it's like to eat here, play here, sleep here, breathe here, and everything in between. And if you're not new to this channel, welcome back. Hey, do me a quick favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button because it helps everyone that's looking for this type of information find it easily, and also make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you're notified anytime we upload a new video to this channel. So let's jump right in. Let's start with water. If you haven't heard, California has a long history of facing drought conditions, and it has been a recurring issue for the state. This year, 2023, we got hit with a huge wet winter, but the state does not want to say that we are totally out of the drought conditions. However, the East Bay, and in fact, the entire Bay Area is finally out of drought-related restrictions. Here's the thing, this can change in a heartbeat. By next year, we can probably hear or read an entirely different story or scenario, meaning back to drought restrictions again. We are always encouraged to be conserving water. So if you like your super green, lush lawn and like having to clean your car every weekend, be warned that your neighbors might be giving you the stink eye, or worse, once we go back to drought conditions, additional surcharges on your water bill. Next, we have weather. The East Bay weather is generally mild year-round with warm summers and cool winters. The average temperature in the East Bay ranges from 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter to 80 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. The East Bay is also known for its fog, which can roll in from the San Francisco Bay on summer mornings. What you need to know are microclimates. The East Bay has diverse microclimates due to its varied topography. Areas closer to the coast, such as Berkeley and Oakland, tend to be influenced by the marine layer, resulting in cooler temperatures and more fog. Inland areas such as Concord and Walnut Creek experience hotter and drier conditions with less influence from the marine layer. Let me give you an example here. Yesterday, I went to go mountain biking in the morning. When I left Castro Valley, it was cloudy and cold. Naturally, I dressed appropriately. By the time I got to Briones, which is in Pleasant Hill, Martinez, Lafayette area, it was sunny and about 10 degrees warmer. Suffice it to say, I was burning up. Another thing about the weather is that it can be nice warm 80 degrees one day and you are out wearing shirts and t-shirt, and the next day you wake up looking for your puffer jacket because you're freezing. It's not unusual we go from the high of the 70s or 80s and then go back down to the low 50s. Okay, next reason I have here is sideshows. Car sideshows refer to illegal and dangerous driving activities that typically take place on public roads or parking lots. Sideshows can occur in various locations around the East Bay, and you never know when and where. Sideshows involve drivers performing stunts such as donuts, like spinning your vehicle in tight circles, drifting, and other reckless driving maneuvers. Participants often gather to watch and participate in these events, which can attract large crowds. Sideshows can cause property damage, disrupt traffic flow, and lead to injuries or fatalities for both participants and spectators. Some of the locations that have seen higher incidences of sideshows activity in the past include:
it was another weekend of dangerous sideshows on the streets of Oakland, and one of them turned violent.
As KTVU's Henry Lee reports, a man was attacked after confronting people at one of those sideshows.
Video posted on social media shows a man frustrated by a sideshow at 34th and Adeline in West Oakland. He hits one of the cars spinning donuts around him and is then attacked, punched, kicked repeatedly, even while lying on the ground.
Certain neighborhoods in Oakland, such as East Oakland and West Oakland, have been known to experience sideshows activity. Usually in large parking lots, industrial areas, and wide streets have been popular gathering spots for sideshows in the past. Sideshows have also been reported in parts of Richmond, particularly in industrial areas and large parking lots. Also, in Hayward, sideshows have been known to pop up, and in the Delta, Antioch also have seen instances of sideshows. sideshows. Local law enforcement agencies actively work to prevent and discourage sideshow activities due to their potential dangers. The thing is that it always seems like they are too late to the party, and oftentimes either nothing gets done or low consequences for participants. Next is crime. Before I get into crime, I want to say that by no means am I saying that the East Bay is not safe. In fact, there are a number of cities or neighborhoods that rank high in safety. However, like many urban areas, the East Bay has seen instances of violent crime, including homicides, robberies, assaults, and shootings. Certain neighborhoods in cities like Oakland and Richmond have historically had higher rates of violent crime compared to other areas. Property crimes such as burglary, theft, and motor vehicle theft have been a concern in the East Bay. Residential burglaries and car break-ins have been reported in various neighborhoods. I ride my road bike and mountain bike a lot, and let me tell you, when I'm on my road bike, I used to go to these rural, secluded back roads to ride. I don't do that alone anymore because there's been an increase of bike jacking in those places. With mountain biking, not only do you have to worry about getting your bike jacked, but also your car getting broken into in the parking lot. Catalytic converter crimes are also on the rise. Retail theft also happens here, not only in San Francisco. Next thing I want to share is the dangers in public transportation. Like any urban area, this comes with certain risks and challenges. While public transportation is generally considered safe, it is essential to be aware of potential dangers and take necessary precautions. I want to address riding BART. Snatch and grab incidents can unfortunately occur in various public settings, including BART. Snatch and grab refers to the act of thieves quickly grabbing personal belongings such as purses, wallets, or electronic devices from unsuspecting individuals and fleeing the scene. Instances of harassment and assault can also occur in public transportation. Whatever the reason is, I've seen it in the news being reported. Dirty or filthy BART cars. It's not unusual to see or read in the news of people defecating or even shooting up drugs inside the cars. Look, by no means am I saying not to take BART or it's highly unsafe, but you have to remain vigilant. Being aware of your surroundings and following common sense safety practices, you can minimize the potential risk or dangers associated with public transportation in the East Bay, or for that matter, any urban area that you live in. Public transportation agencies in the East Bay prioritize passenger safety and implement safety or security measures to mitigate risk. They often have transit police or security personnel who patrol stations and vehicles. Additionally, many agencies have reporting mechanisms for incidents or concerns related to safety. Next thing is NIMBY. I kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to include this on this list, but I figured why not? And full disclosure, I think I'm in the NIMBY camp when it comes to my neighborhood. NIMBY stands for Not in My Backyard, and it refers to a phenomenon where individuals or groups oppose certain development projects or changes in their local communities. This term is often used to describe the mindset or attitude where people express concerns about the potential negative impacts of a proposed development near their homes or neighborhoods. In the context of the East Bay, NIMBYism can be observed regarding various issues and projects. Some common examples include in housing development, affordable housing projects or high-density housing developments can face opposition from residents who may worry about increased traffic, reduced parking availability, changes to the character of the neighborhood, or potential effects on property values. Infrastructure projects. Large-scale infrastructure projects such as transportation improvements, new highways, or public transport expansions can also encounter NIMBY sentiments. Concerns may revolve around noise pollution, disruption of existing communities, and perceived visual impacts. This one is a contentious one. Homeless shelters and services. Proposed location for homeless shelters or services can generate NIMBYism due to concerns about safety, property values, and impacts on surrounding neighborhoods. In other words, we don't like to see homelessness but build the shelter somewhere else. NIMBYism can arise from genuine concerns of desire to protect one's community. However, it can also hinder progress and make it challenging to address societal issues such as affordable housing shortages or infrastructure needs. Public hearings, community meetings, and engagement efforts play a significant role in addressing NIMBY concerns and finding a balance between development and community interests. Make sure you are active if you don't want want to see it in your own backyard. Next up, we have lack of cable internet choices. Yes, there's AT&T. Yes, there's Sonic, but they are not as fast as Xfinity. You have no option at all if you wanted cable internet. To me, this is really a big one, primarily for cost and quality of service. Good internet speed can easily be $100. Add to that TV and other premium service plans, and it can easily go all the way up to 300 plus. And then there's the issue of service. I'm not talking about technical service here. The technical aspect or the delivery of the actual service has actually been good. Service that I'm referring to here is customer service. When you call, there seems to be so much unlimited prompts that you have to go through before you can reach a live person. It's annoying when all you want to be able to do is talk to a person. Next thing you need to know is cell service or cell coverage. Okay, this mainly applies to the people living up the hills or in some other rural areas of the East Bay, which is a lot of area. Cell service in the East Bay generally offers good coverage and options from major wireless companies. I'll give you another example here. Here in Castro Valley, in the subdivisions in the hills like Columbia or Five Canyons or Palomares, cell service can be spotty depending on your carrier. Also, when you go through the canyons, service gets spotty as well. And a lot of this really has to do with the terrain. All the hills, the mountains surrounding us makes it harder to get decent signal. Next, we have bikers. I'm not talking about motorcyclists. I'm talking about cyclists or people on bikes, also known as road bikers. Full disclosure here, I am an avid cyclist. I mountain bike and road bike more than your average person. So I will give you both sides of the coin. If you are a motorist, be aware that there are a lot of cyclists out there and most of the time don't follow the law, especially when it comes to stop signs and or traffic signals or traffic lights. This can be confusing and annoying and also downright dangerous, especially when you see a cyclist approach a stop sign and they don't seem to be slowing down. Also, some cyclists have this weird attitude about this whole share the road thing. To some, it means hogging the whole lane. I mean, guys, don't be such a dick. Yes, I know we have the right to the whole lane, but like I always tell people, with rights comes responsibility. Also, whether you as a cyclist is right doesn't matter when you get hit by a car. Pain doesn't distinguish between right way or wrong way. Now for my cycling friends or my future cycling clients out there, a big word of caution. Even though cycling is huge in the East Bay, you will encounter motorists that are just downright rude. Especially true, this has happened to me so many times. When you're by yourself alone on a lonely stretch of road, I've gotten water bottles thrown at me. I've gotten yelled at for no reason. Some even pretend to sideswipe you to scare you. And I don't know what it is with big, huge diesel pickup trucks. They will make sure that you inhale every bit of that diesel exhaust when they pass you by. Same goes with muscle cars. As soon as they are next to you, they rev their engines and floor it like crazy, making huge scary noises when you least expect it. Next are toll roads or toll lanes, might be a better description. Toll roads in the East Bay, like any toll roads, have both positive and negative aspects. While toll roads can provide certain benefits, they also have some drawbacks. Here are some of the negative aspects of toll roads in the East Bay. Right on top of the list is cost. One of the most significant concerns for many people is the cost associating with toll roads. I have seen tolls as high as $15 for about a 3-mile stretch of freeway. That's insane. Congestion on non-toll roads. Toll roads are often designed to provide faster and more efficient route for drivers willing to pay. And as you can imagine, this can result in increased congestion on non-toll roads as drivers try to avoid paying tolls. Next, we have homelessness. San Francisco almost often is the city that people think when people talk about homelessness. Homelessness is also a significant issue here in the East Bay. Oakland has a huge homeless problem. Berkeley and Emeryville is there too. If you drive around the East Bay, you can easily spot encampments. On Highway 80 eastbound around Berkeley, Emeryville area, up and down 880, you will see some. Along Highway 238, there is one that I know, and on 580, there are some along the freeway. I can probably go on and on, but the point is that it's there or it's here. Don't think that it's only in San Francisco. The last one I want to share with you is a culmination or a combination of two things too. The drought and the hills. I'm talking about fire danger and fire insurance. The East Bay region is prone to fire danger due to those two factors. The drought and the Mediterranean climate climate, dry vegetation, and the topography puts us at high risk. And because of this big fire risk, there are things happening with fire insurance. Number one, insurance premiums are skyrocketing. Number two, insurance coverage is getting canceled. And number three, no insurance coverage for new homeowners. This means that you have to go to the California Fair Plan to get your fire insurance. Hey, that's all of what I have for you guys today. I'm Mac Rogers. I'm the team leader for the Mac Rogers team here in the East Bay. And we get so many people reaching out to us about their move to the East Bay. You know, you can call us, send us an email, shoot us a text. No matter how you want to contact us, we absolutely love helping people move into this part of the Bay Area.